Hey kittens. I didn't vlog yesterday. It was a rough day. Rocky got some bad news about his mom. I found out a friend passed away. It was just a really, really rough day. I just didn't feel like getting on camera. I'm going to work today. It's Tuesday. Last couple of Mondays have been really bad, like really hard and bad, and I don't know why. I'm early. I'm like 30 minutes early. I didn't sleep last night. Not really. Tossed and turned all night. I don't know. I just really don't like summer. I get the opposite of what most people get, the seasonal affective disorder. I get the summer version where I hate the heat, I hate the sun. I actually flip my schedule in the summertime and like wake up anywhere from 3 and 5 p.m. where the hottest part of the day is over so that I can actually function. And I usually don't start, I usually can't start like really functioning and moving around until like 8 or 9 o'clock. Usually I'll wake up around 3 and then for the first few hours just like work on the computer and return emails and stuff, like not really physically active. And I'm not really physically active until after the sun starts to go down. It's just not, I hate the heat. And then St. Louis is really, really humid. So it's like being steamed alive and it's just miserable. It's the state of misery. So I'm sorry if I'm complaining a whole lot. I feel like all these vlogs, all I'm doing is complaining. And I'm sorry if that's the case. This is just like my worst time of the year. And I don't really care for the holiday. I like the weather during the holiday season, but I don't care for the holiday season because of all of the pressure of the social norms that come with the holiday season. So I'm usually only really happy in the spring and the fall. Oh, I'm such an emo chick. Oh, so I haven't officially announced it yet, but it is going to happen. So a few blogs back, I was thinking about doing something, and I needed to make the decision about whether to do it. I needed to pull the trigger, and I've made the decision to do it. I am going to do it. I haven't started working on it yet. I've got a little bit of time, not much. I'm going to start working on it this week. I'm going to be doing my first solo show. So I'm throwing my first concert where it's just me. I'm doing my festival performances. So I've been performing as a solo performer, doing 30-minute shows for festivals and conventions and such. But I'm going to take that show that I do for the festivals and conventions, and I'm just going to do the show outside of a festival or a convention. And I will be doing that in about a month or so. And we're going to do it as a house concert because there's not a venue big enough in the St. Louis area that will allow that level of fire, like in an indoor environment. Just structurally, most of the ceilings aren't high enough, the stages aren't big enough, etc., etc. And the ones that are way out of my budget. So we're going to do a house concert. It'll be limited to about 30 people, so it's going to be real small. But I'll give you more details on that when I actually start working on it. I've just slowly decided that I'm going to do it and started putting it together, and I haven't really finalized anything yet. So it's been something I've been thinking about doing for a while because I've had a lot of people asking me about wanting to see the show that I do for festivals and conventions at a local level. They don't necessarily have the ability to travel out of state to go to these festivals to see this. So I was supposed to be out of town this weekend, and I had to cancel that trip. I was originally going to be working for a certain convention, and I waived my normal fee and said that I would be willing to work for significantly less than what my normal fee is, but I needed a table and I needed some of my travel expenses covered, and that I'd be going with other people, so some of those expenses would be shared, and so it would be less for me. And so the biggest thing that I needed was I needed a table so that I can recoup back some of my expenses, and that I would work for less out of their pocket up front if they were willing to do this. And they agreed to that originally, and then I went to get my set list, get my performing time from them, and I was supposed to do my full 30-minute show, and then I agreed to do something extra, just as trying to be easy to work with, what have you. Something outside that I normally would do, but I agreed to do that. And I was like, okay, I need my set time. And I was listed on the set list 4 times more than what I originally agreed to. I was only supposed to do 2 things, and now I'm on this list 7 times. And this was an event that's over a course of 2 days. And I was like, excuse me, I didn't agree to this. And they're like, well, other entertainers backed out. We need to fill the time slots. And I'm like, wow, sorry to hear that, but I didn't agree to that. I was like, if you're going to work me this much, then you need to not only pay me my full fee, but you need to give me significantly more, because what I do is very, very physically intensive. And to do 7 shows in 2 days is ridiculous. And I'm not going to be able to do anything except for perform and crash in my hotel room, and perform and crash in my hotel room. I won't be able to enjoy the event. I won't be able to work my booth to try to make money. I won't be able to do anything. So if you're going to be working me this much, you need to make it worth my while. They basically said that they weren't going to do that, and that they weren't going to honor our original agreement. And I said, okay, no thank you. I was like, no. I was like, I don't need to work that hard doing a very dangerous thing, which is fire, for free. No, mama raised no fool. And the sad thing is that I know that they'll get some poor schmuck who will do it for free, who doesn't know any better. But that is the reason why that particular event has had complaints about their entertainment being low quality. You get what you pay for. This to me is a lesson to never discount myself. This is what happens when I lower my worth, and when I say, yeah, I'll do this for less and I'll do extra because, I want to be easy to work with, then it's not appreciated at all. And then I'm not respected. And then I'm expected to do more than what I agreed with. So that has taught me to never do that again. I will, basically say, this is how much my cost is. This is what you have to do. And if you can't afford that, that's fine. Someone else will. And it has. I had 2 other offers that I had to turn down because of other circumstances. So I could have gone out and been gone at a different event this weekend, had I chosen to. But when the car went down and a few other things happened, it was just like I decided not to take those last minute offers to replace this one that fell out, because it just seemed like there was too much going on, and there was too much chance for something to happen. And I'm one of those people that I don't like to do things last minute. I like to have lots of knowledge in advance. I like to kind of emotionally and mentally prepare Um, and I'm not saying that I can't be free and loose and I'm not saying that I can't be those things. I can't think of the term. There's a word I'm looking for. Um, but when it comes to work and then travel and all the things that go with that, I find that it's better to have everything planned out in advance and know what you're doing and not do anything last minute because it just leaves the opportunity for too much chaos. There's already enough chaos involved when you're entertaining and traveling, and doing something last minute without a plan just invites that to cause a lot of problems. So, anyways, I've now talked like 15 minutes, so I'm going to go and head into work. I will talk to you guys later. Bye. It's Sugar. I've it is Wednesday afternoon, about 5 o'clock. I'm about to head out to teach my private class, and I'm going to show you. I got my hair up in like a little scarf, and then just like all rolled up on top of my head. And I'm in my one and only but favorite leotard. It's got little rhinestones here, and then there's a bigger opening in the back with the same little strips as that all down the back. And I like it because I don't have to wear a sports bra. Like, I can just wear my leotard and it holds me all in. If I was doing like I'm dancing and I'm teaching today, but like I'll be okay in this. If I was doing more like high intensity stuff, I probably would throw a sports bra underneath this, but this is fine for today. And then I just have on leggings, and I tied this little scarf around my hips. It's actually a sarong, and I like folded it up and then tied it around my hips just so you give yourself a little booty coverage and a little pop of color. And then I got a little scarf in my hair. So I just spent the morning. I relaxed for a couple hours because when I don't have to work the day job and I can kind of sleep till the time that I am comfortable waking up, then I usually spend the first like 2 or 3 hours just kind of relaxing and slowly waking up, drinking a cup of coffee, things of that nature. And then I like to ease myself into working. I'm not a morning person, which is why I'm kind of just starting my day now here at 5 o'clock in the afternoon. I probably woke up about 1, and then by about 3, I started returning emails and doing office stuff. It's hard to explain that. I basically work on my computer for at least 2 to 4 hours every single day, either returning comments, answering comments, returning emails, and responding to questions, just that alone. And that's not even including the time that I spend like uploading video, editing, things of that nature. So I spend a lot of time doing that, but it doesn't feel like it's work because I'm just talking to people all day long. I know it's very strange, but anyway, so it's hard to explain that, but there's messages that I need to return in a timely manner, and it's all dealing with business. So yeah. But I'm about to head out to go teach my class. I spent while I was returning messages and emails and stuff, I had my music playing for the class so that it'll be fresh in my head, in my memory. I always do that when I'm dealing with music because my audio memory is very weak. It's just not a strong suit for me. It's something that I have to continually work a little harder than everybody else. It's just not where one of my gifts lie. So I have to listen to my music on repeat constantly so that it stays in my head. I'm just very, very visually strong and not very audio strong. So this is one of my tricks to make up for that weakness. So I had my music for today's class on repeat so that it would be very familiar to me while I'm teaching the class. All right, I am going to go, and I will catch up with you guys later. Bye-bye. So I'm back from teaching my class, and I did something kind of exciting on the way back from my class. So as I was driving home, I passed a huge dumpster that had a bunch of stuff in it, and I dumpster dived. But I saw something from the street that I wanted that was in the dumpster. So I stopped my car and I got out and I grabbed it. I've been wanting one of these for a really, really, really long time, and they're hard to find and expensive. So I grabbed it. I had to like wedge it into my car, so it's so tall. That's my passenger side door, and then it's all the way into the back seat. It's what they call a Chinese screen or room divider, and it's like folded in 3 pieces. And like I saw it, I was like, mine. I don't care for the color, but like I can always spray paint it or whatever. Like that's fine. Like that will ever happen because I always have these ideas to do things and then I never actually do them. But I have one. I've been wanting one for like forever, and I finally have one. Yay! Hey guys, it's Sugar. So today is Thursday the 13th, something like that. Yeah. It's a rare Thursday that I have off. I try to make it so that I work every single Thursday at the day job so that I have a regular day that I'm there, but they screwed up my schedule. And
but that's okay, we get to spend some time together.
Yeah, and since Rocky's off this week because we were supposed to be at that con that I previously talked about and not going, I decided not to go ahead and go in, even though I wasn't scheduled, but even though I prefer to work Thursday, I decided not to go in and spend some time with Rocky. So we are going to the Crystal Wizard, which is a witchy shop here in St. Louis, and I've actually never been there, which is surprising because I've been to most of them. I've worked at a few, but this particular one I've never been to. I just, for some reason, it just never managed to happen, and it's only a few miles from our house, so that's what we're doing. So
oddly enough, where we used to live before, I would always drive up Broadway because the traffic was so bad. And that's how I found Crystal Wizard. I just happened to look to my left while driving the opposite direction, and I looked at that shop. I'm like, oh, that's a pagan-y shop. So,
well, I actually knew about it for years. Like, I've known about it for a really, really long time. Like, ridiculously long time for me never to have been there. But I just never made it out there. It's in the city, and I grew up in the county, so for a really long time I was taught not to go into the city. Now I live in the city, so and
rebel to the end.
You know, I just never had anybody to go with me, and I don't always like to go to do stuff by myself. So, you know, because anxiety, yay!
Yeah.
But Rocky's my big safety teddy bear. And so we're going exploring, and we're going to go visit the Crystal Wizard. And I think we're here. So
we may not be. I thought it was.
Oh, right there.
Oh, okay.
Right there.
And yeah. Okay, so, we're here.
Ooh, and there's a thrift store right next door. So, adventure time! Yay! So, despite their store hours being on their website, saying that they're open, they're not.
Yeah, even over here it says 11 to 6.
The flashing open sign.
So I don't know.
Okay. Well, and this is why I heard rumors of that they never kept steady hours and that they were difficult to get in. They'd randomly close. If you own a small business, don't do this. This is bad. Alrighty, that sucks. I'm sorry, Crystal Wizard. I tried to give you my money.
Yeah.
Well, that sucked. And this thrift store wasn't a thrift store either. It was a pack of lies. It was a pack of lies. It was like a ministry outreach place.
It was a web of lies.
So, and they aren't open either. So I don't know. That's weird.
I don't know what in the blue hell's going on. But
So,
I think our next stop should be Mystic Valley.
yeah, let's go to Mystic Valley.
Because we know damn well they're good. They're good and well that they're open.
Yeah, and like I had heard tale that this was an ongoing issue with Crystal Wizard, is that they never maintain their hours, and that a lot of people call before even coming out here to make sure that there's actually somebody there.
That's pretty bad, folks.
And it's sad, you know. And I understand. Like, I worked for a small business. I ran a store just like that for years, and stuff comes up, and sometimes you can't be there when you're supposed to be, but like leave a sign or
leave something,
you know. And when you've been around 20 plus years and like this is an ongoing thing, then I don't know, it's sad. So, and I know running a small business is really, really hard, but
well, especially nowadays.
Yeah, so oh well. Okay, well, on to the next journey. The
cool thing about Mystic Valley, though, is if they still have it, they have a small cafe. So we can hang out there for a little bit, you know, because I mean, I've known the owners since like 2004, and they're still, you know, they're still all there, which is awesome.
Yeah.
So anytime at the very least, when I go in there, they know who I am.
Well, everybody knows who you are, Rocky.
Yeah. Oh.
So, yeah, and we got some kind of sad news.
I'm a total stranger.
We got kind of sad news this morning. Actually, if we're this far south, do you want to stop by Pathways? Because this is River City.
We can.
I mean, okay. We'll just figure out directions here in a minute. But another sad news, a friend of mine and a fellow performer had a house fire last night, and man, everybody's just getting hit really, really hard right now. Actually had a house fire this morning.
Yeah. At
8 a.m. this morning. So everybody's getting hit super hard, and it's and I don't know if it's because I'm getting older, that like my friends are getting older, and so just it's a time thing, or if it's I know so many people, the amount of people that I know has expanded so much that now it's like a sheer numbers thing. Like I just know so many people, and I have such a large group of friends that it's just sheer numbers. You're going to hear more stuff because there's more people. Or if it's just, you know, the universe is out to get everybody right now. I don't know. I made a post on my Facebook the other day. Right now, there's we're in Cancer. We're in Cancer until the 22nd. That's the star sign that we're in right now, currently. The moon that we're currently in is Capricorn.
I said I was sorry. Capricorn.
And there's Pluto, which is the sign for Scorpio. I know it's kind of confusing, but the planet Pluto is the planet that rules over the star sign Scorpio. Is currently in an alignment with Cancer and Capricorn at the moment. So I hope that's not too confusing, because I know some of this astrology stuff can get really complicated. But essentially, Cancer, the star sign that we're currently in, is all about emotions and feelings and intuition, things of that nature. Capricorn, the sign that the moon is in currently, is all about home, house, finances, and family relationships. Not necessarily love relationships, but it could be, but it's more like family relationships. So, home, house, and family, essentially. And Pluto is the thing that is deep, the thing that is beneath the water, and it's pulling all of that deep stuff to the surface. And it's pulling the deep stuff to the surface when it comes to emotions, and it comes to house and family. Oh, and also, to make it even worse, Mars is currently in conjunction. Mars is, the planet Mars is the god of war. And so it, like, you can feel like you're literally being attacked right now on an emotional level, on a family level, dealing with your house and home. So that's kind of what's going on. We're starting to phase out of it. It was like the first 2 weeks of the cancer, which was the last 2 weeks of June, first 2 weeks of July. We're starting to phase out of it, but it's obviously still hitting really hard right now. With my friend having a house fire this morning, I lost my friend Phil yesterday, day before we found out Phil passed away from like something related to his heart, I think, or I don't really know. We don't really know any details. But it's like it's just been one thing after another, and I feel really bad because I actually started vlogging. I started these vlogs right when that first started. Literally right when that first hit is when I started doing these vlogs. And so I kind of feel bad because I feel like every single vlog there's some BS that's happening. Like I edited the July 1st Curse of the Twin Peaks vlog today, and like I almost feel like I'm kind of a bummer to you guys. Like I'm bringing you down, and I don't want to do that. But I'm also trying to be real and like showing you what's going on, and I'm just in that phase right now where there's just a lot of stuff hitting the fan. But we're having fun today. We're going to go out exploring, and I don't know. Like I just needed to get out of the house, spend some time with Rocky, and
Hi, I'm Rocky.
have a little mini vacation day of just going out and having fun and not really trying to work on anything that, you know.
Anywhere we explore has got to have air conditioning at this point.
Yeah, it's
100.
It's 100 degrees literally right now. So I needed to get out of the house, and I would like to go outside, but it's too damn hot to be actually outside. So we are going
This is why fall.
Shops, so.
This is why fall and winter is our favorite, especially fall, because the weather is just so crisp and wonderful and perfect. Kind of like a certain area that we went to like 7 years ago.
The story over again.
Oh dear Lord! I wish we were vlogging back then, just so you could see all the. You'd be able to see all the awesomeness that was just not even in Astoria, but just anywhere and everywhere we were.
Well, I took a bunch of pictures and I made like a blog post back when I was trying to do blogging, like regular blogging. This is actually easier for me because I'd rather edit video as a visual medium than edit text. And then I also don't have to worry about grammar, so.
I can say whatever.
All right, we rambled for a really long time. Ramble, 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 ramble.
Bother. Oh,
okay. It's raining rain, hallelujah, water from the sky.